Kyle's 30th birthday's in a couple days.
What day is the actual day?
Sunday the 1st.
So it'll be his golden birthday. Just razzing you a little bit, Kyle. Just razzing you, bro. Just
Gonna
kidding
be
around.
the big 3-0.
Yeah, that's
on the
disgusting.
1st.
Actually, I'm very excited. I said this. I'm very excited for 30.
Uh-huh.
I'm sick of the old, like, oh, 29, it's exciting. Oh, 28, how exciting. Get me to 30. I'm a dad now.
I feel like once you hit 30, you feel like an official adult. Like you're a real adult at 30.
People can take you a little more seriously.
Yeah.
As I showed up today with the biggest hole in my sock. Look at that.
You got a hole in your sock. I got a Mickey Mouse sweatshirt on. Greg's the most mature on the group.
He's got a backwards hat on, like a little, I don't even know, delinquent youth. Called me and you were like, oh, we're doing a podcast in like 20 minutes. And I rushed into the shower and I drove here about 100 miles an hour going the wrong way.
Good thing I texted you though, because I wasn't going to, and I was like, you know what? It's 30 minutes before. Maybe I should just send a text to make sure we're all on the same page.
Yeah. No, I
and
fully
Scott
missed
immediately responded, yeah, I forgot.
Yeah.
I totally
But
forgot.
usually I'm not like that. Usually I'm on top of it.
No,
but
you never forget that stuff.
I was all out of sorts today. And I don't even know what are we supposed to talk about today? Do we have anything planned? I've got a bunch of things that I can just rattle off.
Oh boy.
If you're
He's
interested.
just going to ask about Dean and...
Yeah, I wrote down who's Dean and why is he always making lists?
What a creep.
I have one. I have a photo to accompany it, so I'll put it on screen. But I said, I've never been in a hurricane, but I'm certain it's absolutely fucking nothing like this. So
it might be a little scarier than that.
yeah, I think it's a little bit higher stakes.
A little
than
more
that.
intense.
Yeah,
That's
the hurricane
hilarious.
simulation
With the face on it, too.
Yeah, he's like, "Grrr, gonna get ya."
I've never been in one of those money
Where you
machines.
grab,
and I
yeah.
feel like I'd be very good at it.
I think it'd be fun.
We had the money machine at post prom. Should we talk about prom?
Yeah, we can talk about prom.
Or school dances? We can talk about school dances.
Oh, we were going to talk about lunch. Oh, no, lunches was another one that we were going to
Yeah, let's do that next week
Yeah,
because
we'll do that next week.
I need to
We'll do
think
lunches
about
next
that.
week.
I know it's not everywhere post prom
Mm-hmm.
because my friend Adam from Seattle said, what are you talking about? When we were mentioning post prom stuff, we would do prom until whatever time, midnight. And then we did a post prom like carnival thing until like 4 a.m.
Yeah, it's
after
just like
that.
a party.
Yeah, so maybe some schools don't do it, but I think a lot of schools do it.
I think most do it, at least in the Midwest.
Yeah,
most
which is
do
why
it.
I'm not exactly sure why, but we had little carnival games and blow up things like the Cramer games. It was Cramer games 1.0.
Yeah, exactly.
That was the original.
Yeah, you do Grand March earlier in the day, and then you do the dance until midnight, and then you do post prom. That's how it was.
Too much of a commitment.
It's a big commitment.
It's a whole day.
It's an
because
entire day.
girls start getting ready at like noon.
Yeah,
So they're getting ready all day too.
Yeah, you always would do lunch at like you'd do a group lunch somewhere.
Yep, group pictures and then Grand March, and yeah, it's a whole thing.
Yeah, I do have something about a school dance that I think is kind of funny. Let me think if I should tell it.
Yeah, I mean, I've got some grotesque stories that should never see the light of day.
I'll tell this one just because it's funny, and I know Janders is like,
Oh,
he's
not
totally
that.
okay with
It
it.
can't be talking about what I just prefaced it with.
Is that what you were thinking of?
When it was like my class was just staring like, oh my gosh, why are we here?
On Vine, they did the grind on me.
No, yeah, it's the same story.
It's the thing on Vine that all the white boys were doing back in the day. We had Groove Shark pulled up on the old speaker system in the lunchroom where we had our dance.
Oh yeah, that was crazy.
And everyone was like trying to get a dance circle going and nobody would do it because it's like there's not very many of us. We all kind of know each other. It's awkward to do that.
Yeah.
Like we've never seen, free tag dance before.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, free tag would get in there and dance, but it's like we've never seen Scott dance and he's not going to do it now.
Yeah.
So
it's too small of a class.
yeah. But then the Grind on Me song came on and Janders got in there and he did the Grind on Me thing and the place went nuts.
He was good at it.
Yeah. It's
He
like
was
when
very
you're like,
good at it.
let me simulate with my hand. This is your head and this is his legs back here. And you like go, it's kind of like a worm and you like jump up and then you land and you kind of like do this and you like kind of going like that. And he was kind of humping the ground a little bit.
Yeah.
And the place was like, woo!
Genders.
And I think Ty did it as well. I think they both got in there and they were both doing the grind
my
on me. And the place was like,
gosh.
no way.
Did they get in trouble?
Well, yeah, Mom was there.
Oh, no.
And she was
Yeah,
like,
that
guys, we can't do the grind on me. We can't do the grind on me. We can't do it. So they stopped. Thank God they stopped.
Thank God they stopped.
Poor mom.
There was
Being
also
a chaperone would just be the worst.
being a
Yeah.
chaperone at a dance.
Oh.
I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy.
No, that's
One of my best friends, she actually got asked to, it was a private school, so she got asked to make sure like the girls' dresses were appropriate. So they had very strict guidelines of what the girls could wear. And so she had to like stand at the front door and check and make sure everyone's stuff was appropriate.
what an awful
Another
job.
another
And
job.
Just
you
Yeah.
the worst
have.
job in
And
the world.
so I had said to her, I was like, are you looking forward to this or are you dreading this?
Oh
And she goes,
my-
are you kidding me? I get to go with my mom and sister and judge high schoolers. It's going to be the best day.
Sounds awful.
I guess maybe it's different for a lady.
Just awful.
That would be my worst nightmare.
It's my worst nightmare too,
Yeah.
because these girls pay $1,000 for these dang dresses, and then you gotta tell them, gotta go put a sweatshirt on over top of it.
Yeah,
Like,
that's just
Jeepers.
brutal.
yeah, it would be brutal for sure.
We had a dance in, I think, maybe 6th grade. It was, I think, the first one that we had at the school. They did a couple at the memorial building in town that were put on by some other group.
Yeah, I remember.
Like the park board, maybe? I
Yeah,
don't know.
it
When
probably
we
was.
They did those when we were really young. And that's when High School Musical came out and we all did. We're all in this together.
Yep.
But at the school, the first one we ever had was very shortly after Crank That came out.
Oh, yeah.
Great.
And
Rough.
the boys were in there sweating up a storm.
Oh, you should be.
Crank That Soldier Boy. I mean, you can't. Don't
So
even get me
good.
started. I'm having
Yeah.
a war flashback.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
so good.
That'll tell you the exact years we were in high school.
There's like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, there's no one our age. If you were on like a party bus or something, you hear the you. Everybody
Dawn's
immediately
it.
is just like, yep,
Yeah.
dial me in.
I guess there's a handful of songs that like
Oh,
immediately when they start,
yep.
you're just all the way in.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
It would be that, and then
That's
like
one
the
of
one.
boop, 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 from The Hangover. You spin.
Oh yeah.
So good.
Yes.
So good.
Even I would
So
even
many
say
girls in
the
it.
Owl City, like the yeah, that.
Yeah.
People get excited about
Oh yeah,
that too.
absolutely.
Yeah, people around our age will go nuts for just about anything that was big in middle school. I'll tell
Yeah.
you that.
Yes.
I'm trying to think of how it starts. I think it goes, oh, oh, oh. Yeah, Cyclone. Yeah, when you hear the
body like a cyclone.
places are like, wow, Cyclone.
Cyclone was good. That was like
Yeah.
07.
Anything Pitbull related, I'll go crazy for as well. I unironically love Pitbull's music. It's
Yeah,
good
Pitbull's
stuff.
good.
Yeah.
It's all good stuff.
Any other crazy prom stories from either of you? My proms were very chill.
Yeah, I don't.
Nothing happened at either of
Listen,
them.
prom
Very
is such
chill.
a bad rep, but like the Grand March, I think is the silliest thing
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah, it's
It is a
definitely
little goofy.
What a silly concept.
why are
where
we
it's like
doing all that?
These two people who you watch him play basketball and you watch her in the theater. Like we all know who you are, but let's watch you walk down this aisle.
Like you're married.
and
Yeah.
listen to
And
Guns
most
N'
of them aren't even
Roses.
dating.
That's what I said. Both of my dates were just like people that I was friends
Yeah,
with.
I
like
went
on the
with two of my
student council.
friends.
I was with, it was like we were just kind of buddies.
Yep.
And then it's like, oh, and now we're arm in arm,
Yeah.
taking pictures like we're a couple.
Escorted
It's like
by.
I love those two to death, but we're not a couple,
you're
so
not
it's weird
dating.
to do
It's-
it.
yeah.
It just felt weird. Like, why are we
Yeah.
doing all this?
And then when kids are dating, it almost feels like they're pretending like they're married. So it's weird.
Oh yeah,
no
for sure.
matter what.
So you do your pictures with your group, but then when you do the pictures at the school, that's the worst thing ever.
Yeah,
'Cause
they
it's like,
pose you.
yeah, it's like you get choices A, B, and C. Like A, you're married. B, like you're maybe flirting with each other, and C is like y'all are just here to dance.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
well, C, I guess.
Yeah,
Like, this is really
every
weird.
prom couple pictures should be like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
it should just be like
exactly.
fun.
Yes.
Then there's somewhere it's like you're behind them and like grabbing hips.
Yeah,
Like,
the-
yeah, but
You're
I'm
not-
not gonna do that with
yeah.
my dates.
Yeah.
It's like they're just my friends.
you're like, I'll do it with Evan, but I want
yeah,
I'm
like,
not doing it with
yeah, we already did them with Evan and all
we
those
took
boys.
all those pictures at Rebecca's house.
Yeah, like that already happened.
We did
Like,
that already.
We're good on these.
It's funny that kids do that because with the musical, we were doing some choreography this year and the guys had to flip the girls around and they were
That
so
was cool.
nervous. Yeah, it was fun. They were so nervous though because they didn't want to hurt the girls or they didn't want it to feel inappropriate or whatever. So I had them practice on each other, like on the
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah, and then you really
they,
get it.
Yeah, and they would get it perfectly and then they were able to do it with the
Yeah.
girls just fine and
Yeah.
not be
That's actually
nervous
smart.
anymore.
That is smart.
Yeah, so they were all flipping this kid who's a freshman, and he was just such a trooper. He did such a good job, and
If I'm
they're all flipping him.
learning to flip someone, I'd
Yep.
rather flip little Jeremy than someone that like, oh, I don't want to hurt Rebecca.
Yeah.
Poor Rebecca. She goes through a lot in these stories.
Rebecca was a huge pivotal part of our lives.
Rebecca has been through a lot. And she will continue to go through a lot.
Yeah, the guys are willing to at least practice that kind of stuff on each other, and then they're not as scared to do it towards the girls. But
speaking of dances, I know neither of you ever went to Nightstorm.
I went to Nightstorm.
Oh, did you go to Nightstorm?
I think I went with you. I drove you and Janders home.
I would have.
And then you were there at the actual dance?
Yeah.
Oh, which one? The one at the Holiday Inn?
Yeah.
Oh,
I had to drive you guys home.
I would have gone crazy at Nightstorm.
Yeah, I'm glad they moved out of town before Greg got to the age to go.
I would have been sweaty.
Yep.
The biggest problem with Nightstorm was the age range that was allowed to be there.
Oh,
was
ridiculous.
Oh, yeah, there was like
despicable.
18 and 19-year-old guys there.
It was 14 to 20 the first year.
Yeah, that's not okay.
14 to
capacity.
20?
Yeah, no.
Dude, that's
nope. 16,
insane.
17, 18.
Yes.
That's
and then
unbelievably
they dropped
terrible.
it to 18, I think, as the max, but it was still 14 to 18. And I guess that's what high school is.
But 14's too
But
young.
like, we can't be at the Nightstorm is a way different beast than the school dance.
Yes.
There are no chaperones at Nightstorm.
There are no rules.
There were no rules. It's international waters.
Yes.
Being at
That's
Nightstorm.
exactly what it was.
Yeah. And
It's like
it
driving down the Autobahn.
Yeah.
There's not a
it was
rule in sight.
brutal. It was brutal.
That whole area was filled. All those conference rooms.
Fully. Yeah. It was
Filled.
past the max. I did the math. I made a video about it a few years ago. And I did the math, and we were way over capacity every
Oh
single
my
time.
gosh.
See, now as a 19 or 20, I would assume 19 and 20-year-old girls were probably not going.
No,
I would
absolutely
guess.
No,
zero. Because they're in college.
It was the 20-year-old boys and the 14-year-old
Right.
girls.
I would think the 19 and 20-year-old guys. My question is, are you not terrified of like what you could get yourself into?
They don't even think about it. The ones that are there don't even think about it.
I mean, you could get yourself into some trouble.
Yeah. Yeah.
I saw a lot of
does
guys.
cross their
A lot
minds.
of guys with lip rings and backwards flat brims.
Yeah.
I mean,
And I was like, oh no, Machine Gun Kelly's here.
yeah. Speaking of Machine Gun Kelly, I just saw a clip of him today. Apparently has a new song out. Have you seen the music video for it?
No, but the song is actually a banger.
Oh no.
Is he dancing in the rain? I have seen that.
Yeah, it's not in the rain.
I've just seen the clip from Spotify.
Is he dancing in the shower or something?
No, he's in the rain.
it's
and
not
he's like
yeah, it's
and
just
it's
like
good.
he's going to get torched.
no, he's not.
Yes, he is.
Tell me, would you wait for me?
Yes,
that
it's
song
that
is
one.
so good.
It's like
it give-
Teen Beach Movie.
I was gonna say, does it give musical vibes?
Like
or not?
this is the same guy that came after Eminem.
Yeah,
and
well,
now
he's
he's
different.
like Ross Lynch in the Teen Beach movie.
Okay,
It's like,
don't make me rewind the tape when you were so gung-ho telling Austin to make whatever music he wants. And now you're telling Kelly that he's
I'm
not
just
allowed
saying,
to.
I'm saying, careful, you're gonna get torched, and he already is getting torched.
Yeah, well, it's all part of the game.
I have a question that might sound stupid. Is his first name actually Kelly?
No, it's not. I've looked it up before, but I know it's not Kelly. I don't even know why. Maybe it's like the Travis Scott, where Travis is his uncle's name and Scott is
his
Scott
middle name?
Mescudi.
Yeah.
Oh.
So that's why he picked Travis Scott.
Okay.
So it's not his name at all. And I
Okay.
think maybe Kelly is somebody that he knew.
His
or
dad
liked.
or
Yeah, I don't
something
know.
like that.
But I know it's not his real name.
So no one.
His
actually
name is
knows.
Machine Gun.
That's his first name.
It's MG.
His
name's
first
MG.
name is
Yeah.
Machine Gun, and his last name is, I don't know, Johnson.
Yeah. Machine Gun
his
Johnson.
real name is Machine Gun Johnson.
Yeah, that doesn't sound
And he was like,
right.
that's not a very good stage name.
No.
So we'll go with Machine Gun Kelly.
Kelly.
My best friend from elementary school,
Right.
Kelly.
Machine Gun Kelly's full name is Colson.
Colson Baker.
Yeah.
There you go.
I didn't know it was Colson.
Colson Baker is a good name.
He could have gone.
Yeah,
with
he could have
Colson
gone with
Baker.
that
Could've
for
been
sure.
Colson
Machine
Baker.
Gun Kelly is a cooler one, but Colson Baker's.
Machine Gun
He doesn't
Kelly
even
was
go by
great.
that anymore.
Y-
Now he's just
MGK.
MGK.
Machine Gun Kelly was a great rapper name.
Yeah.
Colson Baker is a great name for
singer.
For
Tell me, would you wait for me? Yeah, baby, I'm a Rolling
his
Stone.
Teen
It's so
Beach
good.
audition.
That song is great, and I think it's unironically great.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
It's manufactured to be great.
I just understand the people are going to disagree. The people are going to be like, this song is
His
so
audience.
lame.
But if Bruno Mars made that song, they would be
Yeah,
like,
it's
"This
just-
is
it's
the
because
song
it's
of
him.
the summer."
Totally
It's
different
because
audience.
it's him, and he has painted this portrayal of being this hard, like, oh, like, I don't
Who
give
drinks
it.
blood.
Yeah, I don't care.
Weirdo.
Yeah,
But now
weird.
he's had this like renaissance, like when he makes music with Jelly Roll, and it's like, hey, kind of like coming to God moment. And now he's just like fully into it.
Would you wait
He's Colson.
for me?
Yeah,
He's
now he's
Baker.
Colson.
Colson Baker. And God bless him.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, this is word for word the quote that I wrote down. Try to follow. Okay.
It's not gonna happen, but okay.
I wrote down millennials duck face peace signed so Gen Z could wide angle top down forehead pick.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes. All of our high schoolers do that. And
Why
I do not.
is that?
They do what?
I'll show you.
Wide
I'll show you
angle.
an example.
This
No
is
one
the
else is
picture.
going to see it, but I'm going to show Greg so you know exactly what I'm talking about.
I'll take one and put it on screen so Greg can follow.
Yes, here,
It's
I'm going to
this.
show you.
I'm going to take this off.
They all do it, and it is very weird.
You just
I
shut
shut my phone off. I pushed the wrong button. I gotta get back. Hold on, let me get back to my camera.
I think that camera might have actually been able to pick up what Scott just did.
I hope not.
he just locked his phone instead of pushing the volume.
Yeah, I did it for real that time.
And I'll show you a real life
They all
example,
do
Greg.
this.
Yes,
Do
that's what they. Yes,
Wait,
And they do
what
it like
ju-
this.
Is this?
it's every
Standing up.
even just every picture they take is
standing
at
up.
that angle. Yes. So even when they're not doing the forehead one, they always take it from that angle at a distance.
Oh.
Let me show you
Why
a
do they
forehead
do
one
that?
too.
It's
I don't
because
know.
millennials duck face peace sign.
You know
'Cause
what
we're
I
all doing
hate
this.
in general is the selfie. If there is someone who can just take a picture for you, go ahead and do that because it looks better every time.
Selfies are fun. They're good for what they are.
I've got to find one of those forehead ones.
I think if
because
there
they
is
all
people
do it,
who
and
can
it's
take a picture
insane
for you,
to
that
me.
always looks better.
Expose them.
I'm
Post
not.
it.
I will
Yeah,
not. But
I'm putting it on there.
even that, it's
Screenshot
just
that.
like, why is that not just a nicer picture? You know,
Could
it's
be.
that same dumb angle.
This is the same. It's going to be the same. I'm predicting it. It's like if you took your senior pictures doing this.
Yeah. Yep. Which I did for sure. We all probably
Find it.
All
And
the
you're going to
girls.
look back and be like, why did I do that? It's the same thing at every event. You're at the high school football game and you're in the stands and they're all doing this. One day they're going to look back and be like, why didn't we just take a good picture ever? Like, I don't have a single good
Also-
picture. It's all this.
How come high schoolers in like the 2000s looked way older than they do now?
It goes even back. Look at mom and dad in high school.
Okay, yeah, that one.
It's
for sure.
bizarre.
But I saw a clip of them kind of in that like Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre range you were talking about, or like Justin Timberlake range. And it's just like there's guys, they got the button shirt going down, but they've got their ears pierced and their buzz cuts and
Buzz
stuff.
cut.
They look like they're like 25.
Dude, okay.
At prom.
Go back and watch Spider-Man, the original Spider-Man, and everyone's like, oh, they look so old. They really kind of don't look that old compared to
Yeah.
what high schoolers used to look like.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
that's how they did look actually.
You see like Flash Thompson in that is Joe, the actor. I can't remember his name.
I don't remember.
And Toby, and they're like, oh, they're so old it's too old to be in high school. But then you see pictures of high schoolers from like 2001, and it's like, whoa, they actually look
It's like,
kind of not
that guy
that
has a
much different.
401k. Like he has to have
Yeah.
a 401k.
Yeah. So things change, man. Things are.
Speaking of that, Spider-Man, did you know he actually caught all the
They say
food on
it
the
took
tray?
him like 80 takes or
What?
whatever.
That wasn't CGI, no nothing. He actually had to do it.
No way.
Took him a bunch of takes.
Yeah.
That's
I
crazy.
said 80. It might have even been like way more than that.
Yeah,
It
that's
probably
crazy.
was.
I'm going to put the number on screen and I'm going to say, whoa, look at that number.
It's gonna be 12.
No, it's going to
Yeah,
be
he
like
actually got it really
300.
quick.
It's going to be like 300. My last Google search, Cam Scattaboo 40-yard dash time.
What was it?
Slow.
A minute and a half.
4.65.
I'm excited to see what he can pull
I
off.
love me some Cam Scattaboo.
Yeah.
The dude is a violent
When he
football
played
player.
against Texas and they went to double
Was it
overtime.
Texas A&M or was it
It was Texas. Like Texas. One of the best teams in the country, and they took him to double overtime.
You got Scattaboo versus Jaden Blue.
That
Jaden-
Giants team,
Jaden Blue?
they need to do Hard Knocks for them, and they're not. They picked somebody else.
Who'd they
Have
pick?
they announced it?
Yeah, it's.
I love the Giants this year. I'm all in on Cam Scattaboo.
So yeah, you got Scattaboo, you've got Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston in the same
I'm
quarterback
so
room.
great. Oh, insane. I want
I'm
Russell
all
Wilson,
in.
Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston to be like buddy commentary.
That would
Yeah.
be
I
so
would
funny.
love
and
it.
then Malik Neighbors just so fed up with it, where it's like, what? These
Yes.
are my
He's like,
quarterbacks.
I'm way too good for this.
like I'm already one of the best receivers in the league. I've got Jameis just closing his eyes and throwing it to me.
You don't remember what team they picked though?
No, it was.
I don't even know that it's been announced.
It
Has
has
actually?
because. Maybe it hasn't, but maybe my coworkers were saying who they thought it would be. I forget.
And then they do the mid-season one with a contender,
Okay.
which is new. They started doing that a couple years ago,
I
which
bet.
I like that.
I think people would really like that format. Like that's cool.
It is. It's great.
Yeah.
It makes them feel more human too.
They couldn't have picked the Lions at a better time.
Yeah, that was
That was
Dan's
so
first
peak.
year or second year? Campbell.
I think it was a second. Maybe.
Yeah, they were
where it was
all in
just
the
like,
biting
They
kneecaps
could
mode.
tell. They're like, that was such an obvious choice.
Yeah, that was great.
It was because it was when Hutch was a rookie
Yeah,
and
'cause
he came in
sang
and did
Michael
Billie
Jackson.
Jean. Yeah, that
yeah.
was such a good season.
I love Hard Knocks.
Hard
That's
Knocks is
stuff.
good.
That's classic reality TV.
I find it odd that people still watch TV. Like
Yeah, like
is it a
network?
crazy question to say? Do they? Because they
watch TV.
must.
Yeah, people
right.
watch it.
Like they wouldn't continue making America's Got Talent and stuff.
Yeah.
But YouTube runs the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we just kind of rewatch the shows that we watched 10 years ago.
Well, like I'm either watching sports, and this is just me in a bubble, but like I either watch sports or just like Bob Does Sports and Good, or like Scott when he posts. It's like I don't sit down and watch. There he goes. I don't watch just like cable television ever.
No, but
No.
people do. Lots of
Yeah.
people do.
Yeah, I just wonder like who
Lots of
is
people
at this
do.
point, and they're not just resorting to YouTube.
Unless it's
Our
like
generation's more YouTube.
maybe they're somehow botting TV now and like boosting their
Yeah,
numbers.
that's
Because it's like-
possible.
although I will say, you see an AI generated video from America's Got Talent fake audition, and it's got 300 million views, and you start to think, what is this universe that we live in?
Yeah.
What is going on?
Yeah.
Speaking of, one of my biggest pet peeves in this world is the America's Got Talent golden buzzer
Yeah,
moment.
it's so annoying.
And
The slow motion.
It's such an
Yeah.
You get
amazing
mad at it?
moment.
This is
Like,
my
it should be
song.
like the coolest TV moment ever. And they just if you can't tell, my hand is moving.
Yeah, you could run
And then
to the
they hit the
bathroom.
buzzer, and then they play fight song, and it's the slow confetti is like, okay, that's not. I want
and
to
then
see.
the person's crying.
Yeah, I want to see a raw reaction where it's like, oh, boom, this just
Yeah.
happened. It's
Yeah.
real for this
Holy
person.
crap, I can't
This
believe it.
person's
Yeah.
dreams just
They're
came
looking
true.
up at this. Yeah.
You know
But
what?
I'm looking at Terry Crews like smiling, and
Yeah,
yeah,
we
it's like,
have
nah.
to kill slow mo because it
Yes.
ruins
It
it
does.
ruins sports replays too.
It-
They
yeah,
replay
you'll
slow
see-
motion. It's like that doesn't look like anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you'll see Edwards just yam it on somebody, take their body away, and it's like, don't slow that down.
Yeah, it's like I
Please
can't
don't
see
slow
how
that
cool
down.
it was.
Yep.
Yeah.
You see someone get absolutely their head taken off in a football replay, and it's like,
It's like, it didn't actually look
I
that
don't
bad.
know, yeah.
But no, Brian Dawkins just put that guy in the hospital,
he
and it
ruined
doesn't look
him.
that bad.
Oh, it's over forever.
Yeah.
Isn't there a baseball player that got really hurt a couple days ago?
Getting
Like
run
snapped
over?
his foot.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
MLB?
Yeah.
Was he stealing a base and he like
Was it a
snagged
Savannah
it?
banana?
It was
Oh,
not a
man.
Savannah banana,
The
but
Savannah
I can
banana.
find it.
I want to go to a Savannah
People
banana
were saying
game.
it reminded them of when EJ Henderson snapped his leg so bad.
That was
The
horrible.
worst. I hate that we're even talking
I
about this
find-
stuff because I can't show any of it. It's
Yeah,
just too-
No.
people will know. They'll know EJ Henderson. They'll know Kevin Ware. Kevin Ware was
Ware.
insane.
Oh,
But he
where
took a
did his
jump
bones
shot.
go?
Yeah.
I'm
Kevin,
wondering.
where is your leg?
Kevin.
Where is your strength in your leg?
Kevin, who, what, when, where, why
And
did that happen?
Why? Yeah, he literally just took a jump shot and
Yeah,
snapped.
just horrifying.
I'm just gonna look for 2 seconds.
There was
see if
one
I can find
recently
it.
too. Well, Paul George was horrible.
Who's the guy who played for the Celtics?
Gordon Hayward.
Gordon Hayward.
Oh,
His was really
that
bad,
was
too.
grotesque.
Yeah, poor guy.
Yeah.
It's just brutal.
Gordon Hayward's was really bad.
When it happens in basketball, it's almost like, what is going on?
Oh,
their,
and-
their bones just snap.
Yeah, and it's almost always on a fast break. Like that happened to Hayward and Paul George, and Klay Thompson blew out his knee bad. He didn't break anything, but remember Nick Chubb when they went to commercial and they came
Oh,
back
and
and
they
they're like, "Yeah, we actually have decided to not show you."
I think they did show it originally the first time because they didn't know it happened.
Yeah, when
Yeah.
they came back, we
Yeah.
can't show that on TV. It was so bad.
That is brutal when
gosh.
it's like a play happens and they just immediately go to replay. And
Yeah.
it's like, oh, wait, that was we didn't
Yeah.
see that.
Yeah,
It's
we
one
didn't
of the
notice
best-
his hand came off.
one of the
Yeah.
best SNL skits ever. One of my personal favorites. It's so bad, like we're never gonna show you that again. And then he challenges it. We're gonna have to take one more look at that.
Take another look at that. Yeah, and he's
We
like,
take it from another angle.
We can't show it again from that angle. We have a better angle this time.
Take my eyes, Lord.
Blind me,
Blind
Lord.
me, Lord. Take my eyes.
It was a guy who's on the Yankees. His name was Oswaldo Cabrera,
Snapped his leg.
and he was. It was in the 9th inning, and he was trying to score the game-winning run on a sacrifice fly.
Oh no.
Jeez,
And
he sacrificed for sure.
Sacrifice fly, and he snapped his ankle, I believe.
Just brutal.
Right on home plate.
That
snapped his
happened to
ankle.
my friend Austin when we were in Babe Ruth. He slid into home. When you slide in baseball, you should not have your fingers out
Right.
like that.
That's why they
Yeah,
give you
'cause
those mittens now. Some people
Yeah,
wear
like-
mittens.
yeah. And so he slid into home
They
like
did
that.
look like the guy.
Yeah.
And it makes
baking
your
gloves
fingers a
on.
little longer
Yeah, I
when you
know.
wear
It's
those
such
too.
a bunch of crap.
But he slid in and went right into the catcher, had his knee on the ground. He went right into it,
Oh.
snapped his finger in half, and he came into the dugout. And our assistant coach was a doctor. So he just ran into the dugout with his finger like shaking and it's
Fix
broken
it.
down to the side. And he's like, Sean, trying to go to the coach who's a doctor.
Oh.
And Andy's on our team with like notoriously the weakest stomach
Oh,
ever.
yeah.
Just whoop,
Oh, no.
Out like a light.
Andy, no. Terrible.
Yeah. Honestly, that one I understood because his finger was sideways.
That's horrifying.
Yuck.
We had, I think it was after I stopped playing baseball, but it was between two kids. I don't remember which one it was, but they were on first, like gonna maybe steal to second. And maybe the catcher bobbled it. So they were like, oh, we're gonna go to second. And the coach was like, no, stop, go back. You're never going to make it. So then they went back to first and slid back to first. And their ankle caught on the dirt and broke their ankle.
Broke
their ankle.
Yeah.
Terrible. So yeah, just cast it up for, just brutal.
That's
it's like
brutal.
not even on like, sliding into home for the winning run. It was like, oh, maybe we go. Oh, maybe we don't slide. Broken ankle. It's just
terrible, gosh.
Terrible.
Did an ambulance have to come take him?
I don't think I was there. So I don't remember that. I just remember hearing that it happened.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever been around when like a serious sports injury happened for like a teammate.
Yeah, like
or
to
anything.
witness
I
it.
never saw
Well,
one.
you got your bell rung bad at Concordia.
Oh no, he got
At Concordia?
smoked at Wapaton.
Didn't you get hit really hard at Concordia once
if you
too?
could show that Wapaton clip, you got laid out on a
gosh, yeah.
screen.
Didn't Mom think you were dead?
Jordan missed the block and he just took me to his grave, honestly.
Maybe it was that.
I held on to it though.
Yeah,
I held
you
on
did.
to it.
Yeah, you caught it.
And I think Bachmeyer chucked a 40-yard touchdown to me later in the game, so it all was redeemed.
Yeah, you should have died. That was bad.
Yeah,
He did kill me.
Mom and Dad were like pissed about that.
Well, I mean, what are you
how
gonna
hard
do?
you got
He
hit.
killed me. He did what he did. You know?
Well, yeah, and it was honestly a clean hit.
Yeah, Jordan accidentally missed the block. I forgive you. And then I died and came back to life. Thank God. Praise God. And then I caught a 40-yard touchdown later in the game. So
Did he not have one at Concordia that he got hit?
I don't
with?
remember.
I don't think I ever remember getting knocked out at Concordia.
Yeah, I don't remember Concordia.
Well, you probably wouldn't remember it. You got hit so
It's like,
hard.
oh, so I definitely did that.
Yeah.
Because I don't remember. It was that bad. College football is a different beast. My buddy Connor tore his ACL at practice doing a drill. It's unforgiving.
Nope.
It's terrible.
That's ridiculous.
I know. It was a total fluke, like never should have happened type of thing. It was nobody's fault really, but yeah, you hate to see that.
Oh yeah, in practice
In
especially.
practice, I almost saw one of the worst injuries in practice. So real quick, we were having a bad practice. The guys were not locked in, and you know the 5-man lineman sled.
Mhm.
They have the single ones, and then with all 5 positions.
Yep. Okay.
So we had a coach who was he's a big guy. He played college football, like so powerful. And we were having this horrible practice, and the sled was like stuck in mud. And so he was trying to get us to turn it because we have to pivot it and turn it and push it. And we couldn't get it to turn. So he like angrily was just like kind of Thanos, I'll do it myself. And so Eggy stepped into the sled before he started pushing.
No.
And he pushes it on the outside, and immediately just one man, 30 guys couldn't get it to go, but he just
course.
boom.
An angry dad can make it go.
And he gets it to go. And Eggy's foot goes under the sled.
Oh, that could have been.
It could have Kevin Wared his leg in half.
Chopped it right
But
off.
somehow, I don't even know how, it just didn't. But like, I saw his leg go under, and we're all just like, nope.
Oh.
That could have been so bad. And he would have felt so
Oh
horrible.
yeah,
He's
he's like
the
the
nicest-
nicest guy in the world.
guy
He would have
ever.
felt so
Oh
horrible.
my
brutal.
gosh.
But yeah, that could have been gross because that sled is so heavy.
I know what you're talking about at Concordia.
Yeah, you
That
got
happened
hit.
to me at practice, and it was non-contact. It was me. So I played cornerback, and I was backpedaling to like pick off a throw.
Yeah, you got flipped around.
No,
right?
no, I jumped up to pick it off, and I like grabbed it and came
Oh.
down
That's
on my
what
back.
it was.
Yeah.
That's what it
Boom,
was.
straight
Yes.
on my back.
Yes.
And I like bounced and flipped, and I was like,
Yes.
oh,
There's video
whoa.
of it.
Yeah, there's video
I think
of
I have
that.
like a really shaky bad video, but I'll play it.
I've seen that.
So I went
Yeah.
up to like, boom, hit the ground, and wind knocked out of me. I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
I like jogged over to the sideline. I was like, Zach, please take
Yeah.
over. I
Yeah.
have to be down for a second. And then one of the trainers was like, you might have broken your back. And I was like, don't tell me.
Yeah, don't
that.
say that.
I might have broken my
Yeah.
back. She's like, I think maybe you fractured a vertebrae. I was like, what?
But I'm not sure.
Oh no.
Don't be alarmed.
I haven't assessed you at all.
So
but
I had to get x-rays and all that, but I slept on the top bunk in my dorm room, and Jerry was like, do you want to sleep on the bottom bunk?
Oh,
Like,
what a
you don't have to
sweetie.
climb up to the top bunk. And I was like, no, man, it's okay. I can handle it.
What a
So then I would
sweetie,
just, like,
though.
climb up to the top bunk.
Should have slept. Didn't you have a futon? You should have slept on the
I could have
futon.
slept. I did eventually sleep on the futon because it was just brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then Jaden was an angel. She would go get ice packs because we didn't have ice in the dorms or anything.
Yeah.
So she would like go to a gas station, get ice packs, and bring them to me.
Yep.
Bring me little snacks.
Oh my god.
And I was just like locked on my sofa for a few days. Like I thought my back was broken until I could get in and get like X-rays and stuff. And they were like, "No, you're fine." Like, what happened?
Oh, I haven't been in so much pain.
Disc or something. Yeah, I don't. They never really decided what happened. It was just like you hurt your back really bad.
But you didn't get a concussion at all from that?
No, I just hurt my back.
Straight on your back.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
When we were sophomores, Nikki broke his collarbone and came to the sideline.
This is the worst.
Yeah.
And he's holding it like this. And I even remember our anatomy teacher asked, he was like, how, when you left the field, were you carrying your arm? Was it straight down or were you supporting it? And he told him, and he's like, oh, so you broke your collarbone. He's like, yeah, you know that. But the trainer tried to snap it back in like it was dislocated.
What a dummy.
So she was like cranking it. And Nikki is like the toughest guy on planet Earth. So he's just kind of letting her do it.
I guess you know what you're doing. I don't even know how we ended up here. But
I don't know how you did
here we are. The brutal sports injuries section of the I'll Remember This podcast.
Yeah, I don't want to remember this.
No. Can I paint a picture of a sketch that I thought would be a really funny sketch that I'll never make?
Please do.
I think Greg might like this one. It would just be, it would be like at an ATM simulating mugging someone from behind. So, but instead of putting a handgun up to their back, it's a full bazooka.
Don't move.
Yeah. Give me your PIN number. It's a full bazooka. Press them to their back. I think that'd be
so dumb.
Pretty funny
That
visual.
does seem like something you would think.
Yeah. Yeah, me and my friends would make that. I'm wondering how you could get your hands on what would look like a fake bazooka.
Yeah.
You'd have
that
to
wouldn't be hard.
You'd have to make something.
Yeah. Maybe you could even just like edit in like a PNG image of a bazooka over your shoulder.
That's true.
I just think it'd be a really funny image.
Yeah.
I can see that going over. Just like a quick, it'd be like a good Vine.
Yeah.
A really quick one. Like,
yeah.
Don't move, give me your PIN number. And they're like, oh man, oh no.
Another thing that would be considered an oldie is Vine.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's an oldie for sure.
I remember the first Vine I ever made was me. I have this thing where like if I flex my elbow, I can make, like I used to do it on Eats a Pizza and Mario Party. And you can tap the button really, really fast.
Yep.
And I was doing the elbow flex like arm jitter thing with my teeth, brushing my teeth. And it was a perfect loop because it's just like chaotic. And I did it for like 3 or 4 seconds, but it goes forever.
Oh
and it was just
it's
like really
just that.
It's just that. So like right up in your face.
How did that not go
shaking.
mega viral?
I thought it was funny. I thought it was really good.
Didn't it start as Musical.ly? Isn't that what it was called?
No,
That's
what,
TikTok.
Oh, that okay, yep. So Vine turned into Musical.ly, turned into TikTok, or is TikTok kind of totally different?
Vine didn't turn into anything.
Vine just died.
It just died. I didn't know if it was like the same companies that just.
Does Vine even function as an app still?
No. Maybe there's like an old archived, like there's an archived Club Penguin that you can still play, but it's not the real thing.
Yeah.
That'd be a good draft for us too. Is original apps like Flappy Bird and stuff.
Yeah, that was a short-lived little thing.
It was
Flappy Bird.
fun while it lasted.
That was lightning in a
great
bottle.
Game.
and Temple Run ran so Subway surfers could surf.
Yeah, Temple Run is more fun in my eyes.
Yeah.
The one that Dad loved so much. What was it?
Hill
Climber.
He
Is
loved
that the one
Hill Climb.
Hill Climb Racer.
Yeah, he had a problem.
Was
and then
Balls.
Balls with
is
a
good.
Z. Balls with a Z. He had a problem.
Those
What
are
was
two
that
great
one?
apps.
Was it kind of like Brick?
Yeah, it was like that.
Yeah.
Balls, I had a high score of well over 1,000 on Balls.
Well,
But you cheat a
Balls,
little bit.
yeah, you could pause and restart.
You could cheat a little bit.
So I cheated on Balls a little bit. And I'll admit it. I'm man enough to admit it. I did cheat on Balls a little bit. Yeah.
What other interesting things do you have to bring up?
Oh, man. You guys don't even want to know all these interesting
We
things.
might
So
not.
many
Pandora's
interesting
box.
things. Can I be a little upset for something for a little bit? I had an eye appointment not too long ago. And before my eye appointment, I've never shown up late to an eye appointment. I've never knocked on. Well, they sent me 4 email reminders prior to my appointment. And I'm starting to think, a little offended that they would think maybe I wouldn't. Not only that, then they sent me 2 texts. And I was like, okay, the first text they said, confirm your appointment. So I did. The day later, they sent me another text.
The heck?
Hey, just so you know, we got an appointment coming up. And I'm like, guys, this is my 6th reminder of this appointment. Like, I'll be there.
Please tell me you were late.
After that,
Yeah,
they sent me, they called me after I confirmed the appointment twice via text, 4 email reminders. I'm like, okay, I'll be there. 2 texts. I confirmed both times. The next day they call me and they say, just so you know, you have an eye appointment coming up. Just go ahead and confirm. And I said, yeah, I'll be there. Okay,
you should have just said you can go ahead and cancel it.
Yeah. So I was like ridiculously upset by that. And then they send you like 500 surveys after the appointment. I'm like, oh.
What in the world?
Not only that, then I went to go do a recall thing for my car because they're like, hey, your car has maybe a defective blinker thing, whatever, turn signal thing. So I'm getting harassed about this thing. I finally go in, okay? They sent me 6 text messages since that appointment about what do you think about your experience there?
Oh my God.
6 texts and an email, okay? Let me tell you on the air what I think of that appointment. I sat there, I wrote it down. 3 hours I was there for them to look at my turn signal, just for them to come out and say, it's fine.
Oh,
they didn't even do anything to my freaking car.
Oh my.
So I sat there
sit there the whole time?
I sat in there because the guy at the front was like, it's just a turn signal recall thing. He's like, yeah, if we have a piece for it, we'll just swap it out right away.
Yeah.
So I sat and I was like, I'll just wait. 3 hours go by. I finally go out to check and he's like, well, let's see. I think they forgot about me back there. He's like, let me just check on it. I think we got it in the back. And then he brings it out and he's like, yeah, it was good. So what the frick?
Oh my God. Did you have your computer with you at least?
I did. Yeah, I got some work done, but that's not the environment I want to work at.
Is that why, were you busy working and that's why you didn't go check sooner? Or why did you sit there for 3 hours and not go check?
I mean, I was grinding it out. I was getting work done, so time was kind of flying by.
Like, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, here I am now I'm just venting about something that really didn't affect me that much because I was going to go work I was going to probably go work at a coffee shop anyway.
Yeah, but that would have been a little bit cozier for you.
It was just a weird vibe. I mean, like Fox News was on full volume on the TV right next to my head and there were like, everyone was drinking black coffee and it stunk like crazy in there.
It's just hard to focus with that kind of...
Yeah, it wasn't the vibe that I wanted to be around.
Yeah, what in the world?
But anyway, so there's my experience. I'll give it 5.
Watched all of Pop Star while he was waiting.
I could have watched the whole movie.
And then he would have been fine today.
I just want to say I'm going to give them a 10 out of 10 for that. Thank you so much. And the eye appointment, I'll be at the next one. So trust me, I'll be there. Okay, I promise. I put it in my calendar. I'll be there.
Oh my God.
That just goes to show you how many people just no show for their appointments.
I bet it's a lot.
Well, yeah.
I'm guessing the people at the front desk are like, oh no, 9 people this morning have already canceled. I better check and make sure Scott is going to be here next week.
Did you have to do any sort of deposit or anything?
No, I just show up.
Oh.
And they look at your eyes and they say, those are some beautiful baby blues you got there.
Yeah, I bet people don't show up all the time.
No, I'm sure constantly they don't show up. And I'm sure a lot of it too is like a lot of the clientele is older people and maybe they can't get a ride. Maybe it's tricky.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe it's out of everyone's control and we all need to just give each other a little more grace.
That's true.
Starting with me. I am sorry for being upset about the 17 text messages and 45 emails I got and 9 phone calls. And then they had a carrier pigeon show up to my house and someone knocked at my door in the middle of the night.
Harry Potter sent his owl.
Yeah, it was out of control. It was ridiculous.
That's how Mom feels about Papa Murphy's. They text her like 6 times a day.
But it's always save money, save money, save money. It's always discounts.
It is always discounts, but she gets a text for sure 1 every single day.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Mom, unsubscribe from that. You don't need to live
deaf ears, Scott. She doesn't know how to unsubscribe.
You don't need to live like this. I promise you don't.
She can live like that because it leads to good deals on pizza.
No.
And then every time she gets it, she's like friggin' Papa Murphy's and then gets rid of it. And then the next day she does it again.
Dude, that's what Shutterfly used to be insane about.
Oh my
that.
gosh.
They would send so many emails. It was disgusting.
Yeah, they were bad about that.
It is against the law. If you unsubscribe, it is against the law for them to continue to reach out to you. So just unsubscribe. They will stop.
She has not.
Oh, that's crazy.
I think it is every day. I think she gets one every day.
I've never even heard of email marketing that's that
excessive. It's a text.
That's
every day.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd lose my number immediately if that was the case.
I would think that's bad practice.
She orders Pop Murphy's once every 6 months and she gets a text every single day about it.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Okay, can I hit you with one more and then we can talk about whatever you guys want to talk about? Gray, the word. When you picture that, what do you spell it? How do you spell it?
E-Y or A-Y?
I spell Grey.
Honestly, however I'm feeling.
Okay.
Let's say the color gray with an A-Y.
Interesting, because what I was going to say is when I think of gray, I spell it with an E. Gray with an E is a cooler tone of gray. Gray with an A is a warmer tone of gray.
I could see that.
What do you think about that?
I could see that.
Just something to chew on.
Yeah. Is it the difference between like do Canadians spell it with an E or something? Or what's?
Yeah, maybe it's regional, or like in the UK they use an E. I think maybe when I was growing up, RuneScape spelled it with an E, so that's why I do it.
I think it's regional. It's like the word flavor.
Now we can do our draft.
Yeah, we can do our draft. So what we're drafting today is VHS movies that we owned as children, and they're all coincidentally on display behind us. Or
Aladdin and the King of Thieves is now on display.
It is now. Yeah. What the flip?
And it's front and center.
Front and center. I don't know if you follow us on Instagram, but if you did, you would know that I found Aladdin and the King of Thieves among only maybe 4 other VHS tapes that were not on display.
There's a couple Christmas movies in there.
Laura set all this up months ago, and she decided to, for some reason, not, out of all the movies we have, she's like, I won't include these 5. And one of them was my favorite movie of all times. So I take personal offense to that, of course, obviously.
He got a little bit upset with me.
Just insane. So it's up there now, thank the Lord.
First pick is Scott.
Oh, I'm the first pick.
He gets the
Second
best
pick
one.
is me.
Ah, frick. You're going to both.
Yeah, I know my very first. Okay, so yes, again, the topic is best VHS tapes that we owned as a family as children. I am going to take with the number 1 overall pick, as we all know.
Yes.
What About
there
Bob?
It is.
What About Bob, starring Bill Murray, the best movie in our family's collection.
And did we clarify that it's just movies that we liked? It's not necessarily like the highest grossing or most popular.
It doesn't matter if anyone else even knows about this.
Yeah.
I'm drafting for me again.
Yeah, it's just the ones that we liked the most.
Yeah, and I think What About Bob is like a cult classic as well.
Yeah.
The movie I think I would prefer more today. I'll go with Liar Liar.
That was my number 2. You guys, you took 1 and 2.
Liar Liar's a great
awesome.
one. So good. A little fun fact, Easter egg about Liar Liar is that when Jim Carrey was on In Living Color, he did a character called Fire Marshal Bill, I think.
Yeah.
And in the scene after he like gets stuck in the luggage and he's like chasing the plane down, and he's like he's on the gurney, the camera is kind of panning the crowd, and Fire Marshal Bill is there. Like Jim Carrey is dressed up as Fire Marshal Bill.
What?
In the background. Yeah, pretty fun.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. Just a couple years ago I saw that on Facebook or something, and I was like, no way. I've seen that movie like a dozen times, and I never would have noticed that. Obviously.
Liar Liar is such a good movie.
Incredible
movie.
movie.
Awesome.
All right, I'm taking 2.
Yep.
I'm going to take Parent Trap.
Such a good movie.
Such a good one.
With a great soundtrack.
Yes, it's a banger soundtrack.
And
so
a great breakfast scene.
And then I think my second pick, I'll go with While You Were Sleeping.
I get both of mine.
Oh, well, there you go. Yeah, I think
movie.
we're probably all going to get all of ours because we
we'll
all
like
had
different ones.
interests
We'll all like
and tastes.
different ones.
Maybe What About Bob? Maybe.
That was and Liar Liar. Those are my 1 and 2.
Yeah, so I got Liar Liar. I'm for sure taking Dunstan.
Dunstan's on my list.
I was gonna put that one, but I didn't.
Dunstan's great. Dunstan checks in. Like
It's so good. And the little boy reminds me of Kelvin in it. He's just so
sure.
Because of that movie, our dog Louie, anytime he would like come up under your legs when you're eating at the dinner table and stick his head on your lap, begging for food. He was monkey heading. Because in the movie, that's what Dunstan is doing, begging for food under the table. So that lives on forever. Dunstan, we reference it all the time.
Yep. All right,
So
you get
sweet.
2, Scott.
Okay, my first one, I'm going to take the Buttercream Gang.
Yeah, I kind of figured you would take that one.
And my second one, which, by the way, again, absolute banger film, the Buttercream Gang.
It's a nostalgia one for us because it was from Grandma Clarice.
Yeah, and it's an absolute tearjerker. I watched it again recently.
For your video.
For a video that I made, and I was like... The power of friendship.
Yeah.
So good. Mm-hmm. And then my second one, I'm going to take Dr. Dolittle.
That's a good one, too.
Starring
it's such
Eddie
a good
Murphy.
One. That's one I quote a lot, too.
Yeah. I learned how to do the elephant sound.
From that.
And Corbin and Miles love when I do it. And now both of them can do it. They go...
That's hilarious.
So cute.
Drinking, I give it up.
Oh, the monkey. I kind of forgot about the monkey in that. So good.
Smashes it down on the floor.
Raven Simone is in that.
Yeah, she's a little girl in it. Yep.
Raven said her last name is pronounced Simonier.
I know.
Think she was joking, or is that real?
She did a podcast not that long ago and said it. I don't know. I mean, she's been Raven Simone forever and never corrected anyone.
It's hard to change now, but I like Simonier. That's a cool name.
It's cool. It's very cool.
The other thing is that Kiki Palmer, her name is Lauren, and she wants to be called Lauren.
Really?
Yeah, Kiki's just a nickname.
Yeah.
And I like,
Yeah, they probably
Lauren,
called her that her whole life.
Yeah. So she's like, I kind of wish people called me Lauren. I like Lauren. Lauren's a good name.
Lauren Palmer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
little
that's
fun
even
facts.
because Palmer is a good last name no matter what.
Yeah. Colson Baker, Lauren Palmer,
Yep.
Raven Simonier. We're correcting the record today.
We're setting things straight.
We're setting it straight. We got you guys covered. Don't worry.
Did you do both of yours?
Yeah, I did Eddie Murphy
Yep.
and Buttercream Gang.
Okay.
I did Eddie Murphy, my favorite movie. Eddie
a good
Murphy.
movie. I want to draft Simon Birch.
Oh,
I was going to take Simon Birch. You don't even remember Simon
Yes,
Birch.
I do.
Also, another Jim Carrey is in that
Yes.
movie as well.
Yes.
So,
I
here we go.
love Simon Birch.
So sweet. Oh,
Yes.
man, another tearjerker.
It's a sad one for sure, but it's so sweet, and you got to be in the
Oh,
mood
it's
to watch it. But
horrendously
it's
sad.
It's
It's like
so
one of the
sad.
most sad movies ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's such a good one.
It's sad a lot.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
like 4 or 5 really sad parts.
Yes. All right, I get 2. I'm gonna go with a classic for all 3 of us. I'm gonna pick Jack Frost.
No, don't
Such
say
a good
Jack
one.
You
Frost.
can't do that.
It's
That's
so
Scott.
good. It's so good. I
golly.
just love Jack Frost.
Another take that I'll defend to the grave.
Yeah.
Because apparently Jack Frost is universally disliked.
Is it really?
It is. It is very universally. People do not like Jack
Oh, well,
Frost.
we loved it
crazy.
growing
I
up.
love it. And I think it's a Christmas classic. And I think it's heartwarming and sweet and funny
Yep.
and good all around. Snow Dad's better than no dad. Don't lose your faith in me, baby.
Snow Dad's better
Just
than.
lean a little my way. So good.
Oh man. Okay, then the next one that I'm gonna go with, I think I'm gonna pick Overboard. I just love Overboard.
Wait,
it's
did you
so
get
good.
2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I love Overboard with Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn. It's such a
they're
good one.
married.
Yeah.
I didn't know they were married in real life.
Uh-huh. Do you know who her daughter is?
I don't.
Kate Hudson.
Are you for real?
Yeah. If you look at her and Goldie, you're like, oh yeah, clearly you two are
guess,
related.
Yeah, I never really even made that
Mhm.
connection.
But yeah, she did an interview about how Overboard's like her favorite movie of all time.
Yeah, it's a
'cause-
great
yeah.
movie.
Mhm.
I have there we used to like build little contraptions and forts, and we built a lot of stuff when we were little. And I had this insane desire to build a mini golf course.
Yep.
Because of that movie.
Mhm. Yep.
'Cause he
the
did
Seven
the
Wonders,
Seven
of the
Wonders
World golf course.
And he did the cool closet
Yep.
system. He was like a carpenter.
Yeah.
So yeah, that movie made me want to build stuff.
The little boy with his arm stuck in the
in the
head
mouth.
of the
It opens. Yeah, that's a great movie.
It's such a good one.
It's just fun.
Yes. You get 1 pick now, Scott. No, is it you?
It's me.
Greg gets 1 pick.
I am going to take Tom Hanks in
Big.
Big.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
Big is so good.
Big is fun.
Suck it to me, baby, one more time.
How does it go?
I think
Shimmy, shimmy, cocoa
Oh, I
pop,
don't
know.
shimmy, shimmy, right.
I don't know the whole thing.
I met a girlfriend, a Triscuit. She said a Triscuit, a biscuit, ice cream, soda, pop, vanilla on the top. Ooh, Shanita, walking down the street
Oh.
10 times a week. I met it, I said it, I stole my mama's credit. I'm cool, I'm hot. Sock you in the stomach 3 more times.
That's the one. Yeah.
Yep, that's it.
I kind of had a vague.
You had the
memory.
sock you in the stomach 3 more times.
I said sock it to your mama. Maybe I don't remember.
suck it to
exactly
your
what I said.
mama 6 more
I
times.
can't remember exactly what I
Close
said.
enough. Close
But
enough.
yeah.
I think Dad's gonna like my list a lot.
This is gonna be tough. I'm glad you took a couple of ones I wanted though. I'm gonna take.
Yeah,
Look at what I wrote down.
I forgot.
think I
Bible
wanna
Man is on the
take-
board.
You're going to take the one that I want. I just know
I
it.
think I am gonna take the one that you want. Darn it though, because I have to take Aladdin. Okay, well I'll take Aladdin and the King of Thieves because
Okay.
I have to. So I have one more, and I have a lot to choose from, and I think I want to do. I'm going between 2.
Bible Man.
I'm
Bible Man.
Miles
Peterson became Bible Man.
Is that what you're
gonna
taking?
take Bible Man Breaking the Bonds of Disobedience.
That's a really good episode.
Yeah, it's a good one.
starring Luxor Spawndroth.
Very good one.
Yep,
Very,
man,
very good
and I
one.
left a great one up there, and you can have it.
There's a couple good
There's
ones
a
left,
ton.
though.
So there's a ton of good ones. I mean, wow, there is still like Lion King and The
Yeah, a
Little
bunch of classics.
Mermaid.
I don't know that I was going to take any of the classics.
No,
though.
Yeah,
because
I
I
had to
think
go a
we
little
can
more niche
we
there.
can get those in a different draft.
And we have kind of already in
Yeah.
different ways.
But the one that I'm seeing, oh my gosh, but
Oh, Cinderella 2. Straight to
Do you,
VHS.
do you remember that one at all?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
we should just do a top 5 Pixar movies because right
Yeah.
now I really want to take Monsters Inc., but I would rather just take it in a Pixar movie draft.
Yeah.
Because there is 15 really good Pixar movies. But the one that's kind of sticking out to me that could be in another draft is Home Alone. I love Home Alone.
It's
Love
such a
Home
good
Alone.
one, and it's gonna always. Be
I'm gonna
good.
take Home Alone.
And the
Yeah, it's
people
such a
will
so
agree.
good.
People will agree with that.
It's so good, and Home Alone makes you like disgustingly nostalgic. Like it's just, it's so good.
Yeah, it's a great one.
I
Yeah,
can't go a Christmas without it.
Yeah, it's one of the best Christmas movies ever.
It's so good.
Easily.
Yes,
I feel,
for sure.
yeah, I feel good about taking that.
What's left? Who's left?
I've got
Laura's
one
got
more,
one, and that's it.
All right,
and
so
I
take
think
the
that
pick.
there's one that I like the most over on this side, but there's another one on that side that
There's
is a
a few I
niche
could
one.
see
I know
it's
the
a
one.
niche
Okay,
one.
can I guess both the ones you're
Yeah,
gonna pick?
yeah.
Over there it's Joseph.
Yep.
Over here is it Polly?
Yeah.
Yeah, Polly.
So between
is
We'll
the
take
two-
Polly because you already took Joseph.
I did, and that's why I was thinking not to. I like Joseph more. Like when I hear that specific movie's soundtrack, it's just it strikes a chord. It's so good. You can listen to it on a level 10 and it's so good. Polly is definitely a more of a niche movie from our childhood.
Yeah.
I think since we're trying to do a little bit more niche, maybe I'll just pick Polly this time
Go
since I
Polly.
picked Joseph last time.
Is it fair to say Polly walked so Forrest Gump could run?
Maybe.
What do you think? Chew on that
Did
for a
we
little bit.
have Forrest Gump?
on DVD?
DVD we did.
But what I'm saying is Polly, the story in the movie is about the parrot who kind of like gets put around to different homes and he's telling this guy this story of his life.
Yeah.
Very similar to Forrest Gump.
That's true.
And I don't
That
know
is
which
true.
one came first. I guess I'm maybe being presumptuous, but I think Polly probably came first before Forrest Gump.
Probably.
Is there a date on this bad
Polly.
boy?
Yeah, there's got to be.
Let me just recline quick.
Probably Polly.
I need to rewatch Polly because I remember, them in the sombreros and stuff, and she drives her RV and all that. But
a lot of stars in this too. Star-studded cast. Okay,
Mhm.
what year does it say? 1998. Oh, when was Forrest Gump?
I had to have
Same
been before
time.
that.
Same-ish time
It's
though.
probably close.
Let's check. 94. So Forrest Gump ran so Polly could walk.
So Polly could fly.
So Polly could fly.
There you go.
That's the title
But
of this
that's the
episode.
saddest. Polly can't fly.
He can't fly. They snipped his wings.
Oh.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
horrifying.
it's horrible.
I
It's
forgot
horrible.
about
Why
that.
are we making ourselves sad today?
Man, I forgot about that.
It's horrible
The most
to watch.
enchanting family film since Babe.
Which also could have been
That's
on our
also
list.
up there.
Freaking Babe is great.
What a quote.
Right here, front and center. Can I do an honorable mention that I know Scott will love? Scamper.
Oh,
I forgot about
is Scamper up
Scamper.
here?
No, it's
So
not
there
up
are
here.
a
That's
couple
why
that
I
weren't
said.
up here.
Yeah.
I love Scamper with all my heart. There's another draft that I wanted to do. In the movie Scamper, there's little crackers that he eats.
Yeah.
Oh, the most delicious looking crackers of all time. He's just munching away on them crackers.
If you don't know what Scamper is, it's about penguins, little cartoon penguins.
Little cartoon
it's very
penguin,
cute.
And I think they're maybe like transferring him to a zoo or something.
Yeah,
And he's trying to escape.
a cargo ship.
And in the process of escaping, they find these crackers and they munch them down. And they look so good.
I was just thinking about this the other day. Speaking of penguins, why? When I am walking down the street? Do you know what I'm about to say? Just by prefacing that.
No.
Absolutely.
Penguins
not.
and me walking down the street, when I see a manhole or a sewer,
Oh, Kevin.
why do I do that?
Yeah.
Kevin.
Does any other person in existence know what I'm talking about?
Does anyone even know about 3-2-1 penguins?
Is that what
I've
it
never
is?
heard of that.
Every time I step over a manhole, I say, Kevin.
Yeah. I don't know why you do that, but I will give the context of what that even means. In this old, it's like a Christian movies. It's more, it's like VeggieTales, Bible
Yeah.
Man.
Yep.
3-2-1 Penguins was one of them. And they're these little cartoon penguins that kind of go to space.
Yep.
And the boy imagines that he's with them, I think is imaginary. And one of their names is Kevin. It's like Widgel, Stigel, Digel, and Kevin.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Kevin is like the
Yes.
big dumb Patrick Star type.
Yeah.
And in the theme song, he says, Kevin, like
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so I don't know why, but at one point Greg started saying that into like the sewer or the storm drains on the sidewalk. He would just do it. Like, Kevin, into the storm drain. I have no idea why.
Okay, so we don't even have an answer.
We don't have an answer.
That is so odd.
Oh, man.
So
I still do it though.
very loudly.
Yeah. Kevin.
Everyone's like, just keep walking.
Yeah.
Keep walking.
He's fine.
That guy is
Give him 4 seconds.
yeah.
Well, that was. I think all of us have really good lists.
Yeah, run him down quick.
Yeah, so Scott got the clear 101. What
Yeah.
about Bob?
Mm-hmm.
Buttercream Gang,
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Doolittle,
Mhm.
Aladdin and the King of Thieves, and Bible Man.
Breaking the bonds of disobedience.
Yes.
That's right.
We can't sing the theme song because the mouse would sue. That's what
Oh,
Luxor
yeah.
says in the thing.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
does say that.
He's so funny. That
Yeah,
movie is
that's
so
a
It's
good
very
one.
funny.
That's a good
when
one.
he Bible Man's sword comes out of the sky and he goes, I have friends in high places. And then Luxor just tosses his sword to himself and says, I have no friends. It's so good. It's so good.
I have Liar Liar, Dunstan Checks In, Simon Birch, Big, and Home Alone.
Yeah, those
Oh,
are
that's-
you have all classics.
Yeah, and it's great variety. You got
Mm-hmm.
you can
Yeah.
watch those movies all year round.
I
Yeah.
think mine will probably play the best as a list
Probably.
on Instagram and stuff. But and then Laura's got Parent Trap, While You Were Sleeping, Jack Frost, Overboard, and Polly.
Oh man, that's another
Those
good
are all
list
good,
too.
too.
Which I would have probably thought these are about the 15 we would have taken.
Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah.
we didn't take like Monsters Inc. and Mulan and stuff,
Yeah, any of the super famous ones didn't get pulled. A lot of Disney didn't get pulled.
but I don't know if that was the intention of this
we're
one.
being more
Yeah.
fun with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's Salty's Salvation Celebration.
Yeah, I thought Laura was
Yes,
gonna do
Super
Salty.
scary.
That I was thinking about Salty.
Very
Teenage
scary.
Mutant
With
Ninja
Scary
Turtles
Risky
not getting
Rat, do you remember
drafted
him?
is sad.
Yeah, TMNT. I
That
had
was
it on the
such a
list.
good one.
There's a few. We had the whole set of all of those original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movies.
So good.
Joseph not going is an absolute travesty, but I
Yeah,
guess it's 'cause you've already
it's just
taken it.
because,
It's already been
yeah.
taken.
But it's such a good one.
None of the Veggie Tales. What's in this section here? Disney?
Pinocchio, Aladdin, Jack
Sleeping
Frost,
Beauty.
Sleeping Beauty,
Which
and
is
Snow
Sleeping
White.
Beauty not good? I don't know if I've ever seen that one.
I don't really
It's
remember.
okay.
I feel like it's one of the ones where it's like, hey, you don't have to see that one.
It's
Yeah, it's
scary.
okay.
Certainly scary. Grease. Grease is a great
Yeah,
one.
Grease is
didn't
a good
go.
one too.
It Takes Two is also pretty good. Never went.
Yeah, It Takes Two is a great movie.
Yeah. And then Ever After.
I had Ever After on my list, but then Greg was poo-pooing on it when he walked in here and was looking
Because
at
you didn't
all
know
of
what it
them.
was.
I
Yeah,
asked
but
what it was,
I
and I
don't
said
know
I've
what
never
that
heard of that.
Yeah, I loved Ever After. Loved it.
So yeah, we got some hitters on here.
Mhm.
I think I do feel disgusted about Joseph not getting taken.
Yeah, I know. That's the only reason I didn't is because I just
he's already
picked
been
it in
taken.
another
Yeah.
one.
All right, that's fair. Xanadu.
I also love Xanadu too,
Xanadu's
but it's
great.
not as good as the other ones. I do have to say one thing. I don't want you to get sad, but I cannot believe Scott did not win the last draft.
Now remind me.
Oh,
I cannot believe
I
my eyes.
disagree because I actually looked at mine and someone had commented and thought mine are classically awesome.
Yeah, but
talking about,
also
jingles?
The
the
jingles,
jingles.
yeah.
But also Scott gave you Frosted Flakes.
Yeah, the best one.
Well, yeah, but here's what I'll say. I didn't think of Reese's Puffs.
Yeah.
That
I told you,
played
That's a good one.
50,000
That's a good one.
times when I was watching Nickelodeon.
You said
as a
think of
kid.
I said
cereal.
think of kids cereals. Think of
Yeah,
kids
and then I was like
toys.
Frosted
Yep.
Flakes, and you gave it to me.
Yep.
If I would have taken another probably minute, I would have probably thought of Reese's
Yeah.
Puffs. But
So Greg
But-
won that?
By
a lot.
a
Are
you
landslide.
kidding me?
it's probably
And
because I
I-
had McDonald's, which is
Yes.
Yeah,
It is.
just because you picked the more popular
Brands.
brands
Yeah.
slash
Yeah.
songs.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I thought Scott was gonna win it without any question.
I
And
also
then
thought
Greg
Scott was
won it
gonna
by
win.
so much, and I was like, what is happening right now? The
disgusting.
I had
one
good
that
picks.
Scott should have taken just so
Had good
clear.
picks.
I am gonna have to start sharing these on my story. You fake sickos not voting for me.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna win that one for sure, so I think you got kind of screwed.
Yeah.
Well, he got Folgers in the third round. That's
Uh-huh.
insane.
That's the steal. I got that Brock Purdy.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
the fact
that
that
was
you
Brock
the
Purdy.
fact that you didn't win is insane because I think you should have.
We should post who wins on when you do the next
I don't
one.
have the
No, but I'm
winning
saying
one
you should say Greg
Oh,
won
yeah.
last week's.
Yeah.
When next time
Oh,
you
yeah.
post
in
one.
the caption or
Yeah.
something.
Can
So
we
for all
see
of
the
them-
results from the past?
I don't think you can see
Is
it
that
once it
archived anywhere?
disappears. I
You
took
can
a
see it.
screenshot
You
of the
can see
last
it.
one.
You go to your story. Go to the story archive.
You should
Oh,
be
you
able
can.
to archive it, yeah.
Yeah, I cannot believe you won by this much. Also, I think it's cool that our Instagram, right now, we really don't have very many followers, but you all that do follow, actually interact with it, which
Good
is
engagement
cool.
down there,
We
yeah.
get 50% engagement all the time,
good.
which is wild. And someone had asked if we would be interested in doing a going through the comments and talking about the comment section and stuff at some point.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
Because we've got a funny comment section, so
Yeah,
we
we
can
do.
definitely do that.
So sound off in the comments. That's what Yorm always says on the Lonely Island podcast.
This is the last one we'll film in this studio.
Yeah, we thought
Isn't
that
that
last
crazy?
time too, and then we snuck one in.
Yeah, we did sneak one in.
At the buzzer.
Do we keep the set exactly the same? Do we change it up at all?
They're
Do we
like-
add in any of those?
They don't even notice that it changed. They're like, "You moved." It's literally identical. And then it's like, We're gonna move a couple of times coming up here. We're gonna be bouncing all over the
We're gonna
place.
have 3 studios in like 6 months.
Yeah, and then we're gonna just do a few outside. I think.
Just sit on the grass.
I wouldn't
outside.
hate that.
Yeah.
Today would have been a good day for it. It's beautiful out.
Yeah, we're doing the Midwest goodbye again. We gotta figure this out. What are we doing?
I'll remember this. Dang it. I think I'll remember this.
Well, I think I'll remember this, partner.
Y'all.
Tyler's got new merch. My best friend Tyler, he's a race car driver. He's got new merch, and I just want to show it off.
Okay, goodbye.